Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and today we have another video. This one is from MorePegasus, and I held off on these videos because I was busy reacting to like BG songs and more Stupendium music and things like that. And I completely ignored the Kris Tyson and MrBeast nonsense because I honestly didn't know entirely what was going on. Yeah, a lot of videos were dropping, but there wasn't a lot of verifiable information just right off the bat. There was just a bunch of random speculation right off the bat. But now that it's been a few weeks and more shit keeps coming out, well, let's go through it. Oh, dear God. Okay, this is from MorePegasus. I kind of like their videos. They tend to treat everyone like if they deserve it. Like if they're equally shitty, they treat them equal no matter what they identify as. So they don't just automatically do the Sunday v2 approach. But yeah, I mean, if you're a shitty person, you're a shitty person. That's kind of what you deserve, right?
Chris Tyson, oh my god. So it all starts with this video titled, This video will make you hate Kris Tyson. And not gonna lie, it was pretty successful at making me hate Kris Tyson. Basically, it's exposed Kris for being an absolute A-grade, gold star, certified degenerate freak. I gotta say, this is one of the worst things I've seen in a while.
I mean, it's the internet. How could this really be one of the worst things you've seen? This person's never been on 4chan. Or God forbid, just basic Reddit. All right, I guess we'll see how this goes.
Kris is really into lollipops without the pops, if you know what I mean. And essentially,
oh, that's not good.
Lollipops, as I'll be calling it in this video, are drawings of minors, but, you know, animated. So it's one of those situations where, you know, guys, she actually only looks 8 years old, and, you know, I like jacking it to this 8-year-old character, and I have her framed in my living room.
Yeah, that's a slippery slope right there.
But actually, she's just a 50,000-year-old vampire, so it's completely okay. Now, it turns out Kris was also good friends with someone who draws real children as those characters and actually bought...
Oh, I know this weirdo. This is Shadman. This guy's weird. I think there was another video we watched. He failed out of university because where he was, it was illegal to draw his type of drawings, we'll say. And yeah, he does specialize in some pretty heinous shit. Now, even with him being a horrible person, he makes a living doing this shit because there's enough degenerate weirdos out there willing to pay him.
Art from them as well. So that's when your behavior is just borderline PDF file, and then there's very little difference. So it all starts with this guy named Shadman, who is the lollipop art creator.
However, there's a very sketchy person.
Yeah. He's a lot, yeah. And here's the weird thing about this guy. He's got like 500,000 subscribers of people who actually like this person. So, yeah, you can't just say Kris is the only degenerate out there.
Personality involved in the story, also known as Shadman. Shadman was a normal guy until he...
No, he wasn't. This guy was never normal. No.
He decided to attend an art university in Switzerland to pursue his passion for art. However,
yeah, Switzerland has crazy levels of what they consider illegal, which is why he was expelled really quickly after he got admitted. But here's the thing, though. A lot of what he draws isn't illegal in the U.S. It's highly illegal in Switzerland, but because it's drawing, there's a weird gray area in the U.S., and you can get away with a ton of stupid shit in the U.S., which is crazy. And it's speculative at best what's actually illegal for drawn stuff, which is, I mean, it definitely should be illegal.
However, shortly after, he was expelled when some of his artwork was discovered to be illegal, even considered a danger to society.
Okay, so essentially this Shadman guy is an actual freak. He draws not only animated 8-year-olds, but also real people. In fact, this guy drew his own mother in a prom scenario, which is absolutely wild. All right, that is, I don't know what levels of messed up that actually is, but if that
I mean, he lives in LA.
wasn't bad enough, this guy took Keemstar's actual real daughter, who was a minor, and drew her in also prawn scenarios
Of course he did. Of course he did. Because he's a jackass.
as well, which is just, I don't know, man.
Like, it doesn't matter how much you hate
Depraved.
Keemstar, but
There
holy
is
crap.
no justification for that as well. And
No.
despite this fact, and despite knowing all this, we have good old friend Kris Tyson here, who just doesn't seem to mind. Doesn't seem to mind at all. In fact, Chris seems to love this type of stuff, showing support multiple times to...
Oh, dang it. You can't use your public profile and then support, like, an artist that does this. If you're going to do something as stupid as this and degenerate, at least be smart about it and use a fake profile that you never fucking tell anyone about. You can be a degenerate, just be a degenerate privately. I mean, yeah, the problem is this type of degeneracy is way worse than most.
Shadman through several tweets, even like pulling them up on stream once accidentally, and even commissioning this type of disgusting art and hanging it in their living room that they were sharing with MrBeast.
Someone will tweet on November 8th, 2016.
I wonder what's actually behind that black box. Is it just super highly suggestive, or is it actual, like, porn? Because if it's super highly suggestive, it's not illegal. They're just gonna get away with it because it's not illegal. It's really poor taste. Really shouldn't have it. Really questionable, but probably not illegal.
Asking Shadman to draw Keemstar's daughter.
It is illegal though in Sweden, most likely, or Norway, or wherever the heck he was taking college. So they have much different laws in that regard.
Was 7 years old at the time, doing inappropriate things with Donald Trump.
Of course,
Shadman will respond by saying that if Trump wins the election, he will deliver it. And as we know, Trump wins, and as promised, Shadman will post drawings.
Okay, so this is literally all that I'm going to show because I don't really feel comfortable showing more than that.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
But yeah, I mean, this is a real person, not a 1,000-year-old witch or whatever defense people have for this. This is actually like Keemstar's daughter drawn in this manner, which is beyond messed up, right? But, of course, this is still Shadman, right? How is...
Yeah, Shadman doesn't give a shit about anyone.
Kris Tyson related to this? Well, we'll get into that.
How are Ava and Shadman linked? Well, the answer to this is another drawing by Shadman. It depicts a young girl wearing a "Please be patient, I have autism" cap, pointing a gun at her mouth. She has a fidget spinner as an earring and a spade tattoo on her thigh that says BBC, which we all know what it means. On November 18th...
Okay, the question though is this picture actually illegal? Probably not. It's probably very close to illegal, but it probably isn't. That's the thing.
2017, Ava responded to a
never
tweet
hold
from
up in
Grande
court.
and MrBeast stating, "This is coming from a guy who owns a Shad-based drawing and has it as a centerpiece in his living room."
Because we did watch another video on this guy, and while he does absolutely have a ton of NSFW stuff, half his stuff isn't NSFW, which is why you have this weird gray area with the this guy. He's definitely a weirdo, but that's the thing. So the question is that one drawing illegal? Probably not. Just because this guy draws a lot of illegal shit doesn't mean all his stuff is illegal. And that's where, and he can still be a degenerate because of it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that it's probably not illegal. It's probably very close to it, though.
Just some time later, they also posted the exact same drawing laid on the floor with the caption, "Bonus fidget spinners to throw some extra autism." Initially, it seems Chris was being sarcastic because this tweet came after Shadman had drawn all those disgusting images. However, something messy was going on behind the scenes. In this MrBeast video, you'll notice a very familiar thing at the 9 minutes and 30-second timestamp. From what I believe, keeping illegal art in the bedroom isn't normal at all. The shocking thing is that MrBeast and Chris were roommates during that time.
Yeah, nah, Chris is absolutely cooked. You not only bought the art, but had it on display in your living room.
Yeah, the question is that illegal, though? It probably isn't. It's probably close, but I highly doubt that piece is legal.
For everybody to see. Any guests that come in, oh, your mom comes to visit? Well, look at my...
It probably looks almost no worse than any other random anime character you could buy off of actually Crunchyroll's website. So that's the thing. So unless that there's actual nudity underneath that black box there, it's unlikely that this is an actual illegal piece of art. It's probably very suggestive, but it's probably not illegal.
My lovely art over there. I mean, how much of a degenerate can you actually be? I can't believe it took over like 6 years for this to actually come out and become public information, because I'm also wondering if they do all of this stuff in public, right? You know, tweeting like that, showcasing your support.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't be showcasing your support with your public account for this type of artist. But geez, okay, you do you.
For such a horrible person like Shadman, monetarily supporting him to displaying his stuff in your living room, then what are they doing in private, right? I mean, it is.
This is the jump point to what Chris did on the fucking Discord. You can't talk to any of your damn. Do not. Okay, rule of thumb: if you're gonna talk to anyone in your parasocial like group chat stuff, don't do Discord. You have moderators do your Discord shit. All right, you don't do Discord except for announcements. If you're going to post anything on YouTube or Twitter or whatever, don't talk to anyone about it. Just post generic shit. Otherwise, you're going to screw yourself over no matter what. And you'll never be able to get hired anywhere else.
And I can't believe I'm saying this, but Sunny V2 actually had the last laugh.
Okay, yeah. This was bad. So when this nonsense came out, everyone just slammed Sunny into the ground. And the fact that he's probably right is hilarious.
Now, of course, in his viral video...
to be fair, he's definitely not right about the reason specifically. But he wasn't too far off. It obviously had nothing to do with Chris necessarily being trans. That's irrelevant. And that was basically what Sunny's V2's entire video was about. But it doesn't matter. If you just shifted it slightly just to Chris's actual, like, fucking, background, it would have been a whole different issue.
He didn't really talk about the situation. He just talked about Chris being trans. But he did predict that Kris Tyson would eventually become a problem for Mr. Beast. And that was right. Maybe not in the right way, but, Now, I'm not going to talk about the trans thing or whatever. I just judge people on their character and their actions. So when I see that...
Yeah, Chris is probably a shitty person, unfortunately. Or at least a complete idiot on how you fucking talk to people. Jeez.
This person is a massive creep. I automatically feel the need to call them out, right? It wouldn't matter
I don't even know who Chris
if
is,
Chris
so I'm not
was
defending
straight
him.
Or gay or whatever the hell, right? If you're into kids and doing stuff like this, you need to be called out. You need to be locked up for a long, long time and pretty much ran off the internet, because if you're in Mr. Beast videos, literally the most popular...
That's the big thing. Yeah, he's in Anyway, Chris is in... I'm just going to go with Chris, okay? Or Ava. Is Ava now? I don't know. Okay. Let's just go with they. Okay. They are in Mr. Beast videos, one of the most public face, wholesome, supposedly, creators on the internet, although based off of the other 4 videos we're going to be watching, we'll see if that's true anymore. You can't be doing shit like this. You're not a small YouTuber like me, or I don't know, pick any other random jackass who has no following.
Man on the planet, and you're influencing like half the world's kids.
Right.
I'm sorry, you just don't deserve to be there in that spot. There are plenty of other people who will gladly take your place, and the only reason you're there is because you were Mr. Beast's childhood friend. The fact of the matter is, with all of this information, you are not a good influence on kids. And honestly, a while back, right, a picture was going viral on Twitter where Chris dressed up their kid, Tucker, in heels, right? And there was this big debate, like a culture.
All right, people lose their fucking mind on stupid shit like this. This is the the blue and pink concept of toys in the toy aisle. I wonder if people would like to learn the fact that kids way back in like Victorian times used to wear dresses up until they were the age of 10, regardless of gender.
Or where people are
Just
saying, "Oh, you're making them trans as well."
100 years.
Oh, you're making them gay. And some people said that no, they're just having fun. It's not that deep. They're just, playing dress up or whatever the heck. But seeing this history of Chris and their obsession with lollipops and having it framed on the walls, I mean,
that's
Chris
not great.
needs to be investigated and definitely needs to respond ASAP. Now, the video continues with Chris just constantly responding to Shadman and asking for more and more of this.
Like, I'm sure that these are spread out over the course of years or whatever, but it doesn't matter. You can't use your fucking public profile to respond to artists like this. And you shouldn't even do this on, like, regular type artists if you're a public-facing figure.
Underage art. And at a certain point, I mean, you're just sick in the head. If it was a one-off joke, one time, I get it. You know, being edgy, whatever.
Yeah,
Everybody
I mean,
was
that would
edgy
make
at one
sense.
point. But you clearly love this stuff. You have it framed on your wall.
On April 16th, 2018, Ava replied under a deleted Shadman post saying, "No Beast Boy trap, Shad? You've changed." Basically, Ava was asking Shadman to draw art of Beast Boy, as Beast Boy was shown at different ages in the show. We can't say anything for certain, but that doesn't mean the tweet wasn't strange, though we definitely can't say the same about the next tweet. On January 17th, 2018, a person tweeted saying, "Remember this growing up? Me too. Check it out at Shadbase," featuring a photo of the
Wow.
4-year-old cartoon character Caillou with his mother. Chris
Jeez, I swear, Shad is definitely a degenerate.
joined in and replied, "Help, I
Shadman,
need
or
an
whatever the
adult."
fuck his name is.
I don't think there's any need to explain how crazy this stuff is. But what's even crazier is Ava's next tweet. Maybell and Dipper.
Okay, so her name is Ava now. Okay. The problem is I've never really paid too much attention to this, so I never really paid attention to the changes. So, so I guess she goes by Ava. Is that correct?
Are 12-year-old siblings from a show called Gravity Falls. On July 14th, 2017, a user tweeted comics of these characters kissing. Ava replied, "They're twins, so at this point, it's just right?"
Yeah, there is just
Ooh.
no defending this. I
Yeah, I don't know. That's pretty bad. Jeez, what the fuck?
I don't see how any Chris
13 people liked it.
supporters are ever going to justify this peak degeneracy. You're
Yeah,
asking for Beast
I don't
Boy
know if
art
you can
here,
do-
who's actually one of my favorite Teen Titans characters, man. Ruined that as well, huh? The internet, one by one, taking everything I love and just driving a knife into it. Caillou is crazy, by the way. That is, why would you ever want to see that? Nah. And Mabel and Dipper from Gravity Falls. Actually, a bunch of people told me to watch that show. I watched a couple episodes, but yeah, that's not something you want to see sexualized. That is so weird. And I actually know what the Chris defenders are going to say. It's going to be either one, that it's just edgy jokes, right? Chris didn't mean it. They were...
No, you can't have edgy jokes as a public figure. You just can't. It's not how it works. You could maybe do it, no, you really just shouldn't. If you're doing YouTube as a career or attempting to do it as a career, you need to have some sort of brain in your head to not fucking post anything about just anything specifically about this, but anything in general that could really get you in trouble in the future. Just be the most generic, boring person on your tweet accounts, and then do your videos that you actually can edit beforehand.
You're a different person. I mean, really, the same joke 500 times. And the joke is that they purchased illegal art and framed it on their wall. That's like saying I committed mass murder as a joke. Like, how is it a joke if you're actually doing it and actually believe that stuff, right? And the second defense is obviously going to be, you're transphobic, of course. Anybody criticizing anything regarding LGBT person, you're just
that's
phobic,
not right.
homophobic, transphobic, which I know is completely just brain dead, but this is how some people think that.
That's how a good chunk of the internet thinks. People are totally brain dead on the internet.
These people are beyond criticism or something. But I'm saying it right now. If Chris was perfectly straight and not trans, they would be called out just the same. Just like plenty of straight people who have been called out, like EDP445 or Cody Cole or Dr. Disrespect.
Ooh, yeah,
right?
definitely. That was recent too.
These are all people who are, been involved in these PDF allegations, right? And it turns out,
if you're a creator, do not fucking talk to any of your damn followers. I don't care. Just don't do it. You can do it on YouTube occasionally. don't actually talk to them like they're a person, though. Pretend they're like just a bot or something.
The internet does not discriminate against creeps, right?
Yep.
We just like, it doesn't matter what type of PDF file you are. We all agree that they are just the worst types of people.
Yeah.
So that defense is never going to work. Now, after this, Chris talks about Violet from The Incredibles,
Oh,
you know,
God.
just adding to that roster of, hey, I gotta be as creepy as possible, and then accidentally pulls up Shadman's website on stream.
How do you do that? By accident.
Which is, wow.
On June 21st, 2018, a user posted some scenes of a 14-year-old character named Violet from the movie Incredibles. Ava replied saying, "Low-key, she's cute."
You know, like, that offhand doesn't sound that bad until you know that that he's a very big, or that Ava is a very big fan of Shadman. Then it just
The
gets
fact
worse.
that Violet was 14 and Ava was a grown adult makes this even worse.
Okay, so just that tweet in itself, obviously that can be interpreted as an edgy joke. I'm sure somebody's made some like edgy joke in the past, not me, but you know, some other people have made jokes
Plenty of people have made stupid shit jokes like that. But yeah, with the other context,
like that where you know, the internet has forgiven them. But with all this other context and you know supporting this type of person for so long and you know monetarily supporting them as well, the context becomes vastly different, and
Yeah.
then this becomes a degenerate thing.
The surprising part is that Ava wasn't just reacting to Shadman's work. They were friends or knew each other, to say the least. On April 16th, 2019, Ava will post a clip from their live stream where they accidentally visited Shadman's website. What's even weirder is that they gave him a shout out stating, "Shout out to Shadbase for having safe for work drawings today."
And you can see the dates are getting closer and closer.
Oh, okay, I see. They accidentally pulled it. They accidentally pulled it up on stream, which means it was in their hotbar.
To today. We have 2019, which is 5 years ago. Still a long time before, but you know, in situations like this, the time doesn't really matter because once a creep, always a creep type of situation, right? You just can't tell me that Chris is innocent in this and didn't know what Shadman's done, because obviously they have a degenerate past.
No, I mean, like, if you go in the deep dive of this person, Shadman, their website is awful just right off the bat. That's just it. It's just awful right off the bat. The fact that there was potentially safe for work stuff one time is not normal for that site. There are tons of videos on this creator. We should go take a look at some of them.
And, you know, some people are saying that, oh, okay, Chris has completely reinvented themselves and they are a new person because they're trans, which is like, does it really like change you from a PDF type of person to a non-PDF? I'm sorry, then every criminal is becoming trans, all right? That's not how it works at all. And if you were doing PDF type things 10 years ago, 15 years ago, I don't care. You still need to pay for it. This is not a situation where somebody's getting, canceled because, you were cringy 6 years ago. You were saying slurs 6 years ago back when it was okay or whatever. There are certain situations in which it doesn't really matter the time gap, considering you were still doing degenerate things as an adult, as a fully functioning adult, right? I really hope Jimmy sees this because, you know, I know you were defending your friend in the past and on Twitter and stuff, and I understand your childhood friends, and, you know, if your friend is like weird as heck like this, it's time to open your eyes. Like, you could pull up my 5, 10 best friends, whatever, from...
I mean, unless Jimmy also likes Shadman. Allegedly, I'm not saying they do.
My entire life. And if you told me they did the same things that Chris did, I would disown them immediately. I'd never talk.
I don't know. That might be a stretch for a lot of people. You might disown them if they're also public figures, but a lot of people probably wouldn't. They probably would just be like, ignore it and be like, as long as it's not that illegal. But that's the thing. You can say whatever you want, like online. I could 100% say I would totally disown this person, but the question is, would I? I mean, would the average person? The average person probably only would do it if it was actually like, if they were actually proven to be a legit, degenerate of some kind. So, I don't know. The internet's filled with people that say a lot of shit but don't actually follow through with anything.
Talk to them again, all right?
On January 25th, 2019, Shadman posted a picture of a character called Raftalia from The Rising of the Shield Hero. There are two versions
Yeah, Raftalia is like 10 in that picture.
of her in the show. In one, she is 17, and in the other, she's 10. Shadman posted a 10-year-old version stating, "What is this and why do people keep sending me this?" Ava replied underneath saying, "Please Shad, please." I believe everyone understands what this means. One of the
Jeez, it's got a lot of likes.
tweets, which wasn't clear or was out of context, said, "Nothing gets my knob cranking like some."
Okay, so I actually have seen this tweet before, and honestly, when I saw it, I thought, okay, this is a tweet from the past. Chris was being extremely edgy.
I don't know. This is pretty bad.
They don't mean what they say here. Obviously, it's a very dark joke or whatever the heck, you know. But at the time, I thought Chris was just being edgy because they were making, you know, attack helicopter jokes and stuff like that. So that would fall in line. But with all this other context, you were just being truthful. This was an admission. This wasn't even like...
Yeah, I don't know. That actually might legit be truthful.
This wasn't even a joke. This was just you know, confessing your feelings to the world here. Now, there's another screenshot, which is way worse.
Oh, God. Possibly
out of context. I don't have the full context here, but this is what people are saying. That bee looked good for a 4-year-old. What did they mean by that? What did Chris actually mean by that? Listen, this may be fake. All right, I can't verify.
Yeah, so, I mean, there are tons of websites where you can totally make fake... tweets and profile pics, so it's almost impossible to verify in certain ways. You can actually fake just about any post you can possibly think of, so you got to take some of what you see on even on these videos with a grain of salt, unless you can actually go to their page and verify that like from the Wayback Machine or something that they actually posted it, because there are definitely entire sections where you can just totally fake everything on this page to look exactly legit.
By this particular screenshot. But, you know, considering everything else, it is very plausible that Ava Kris Tyson over here tweeted this, because it would fall in line, honestly. And I'm very curious to see what this deleted tweet was, because that changes everything, of course. If it was another one of these pictures or a real human represented, like...
Yeah, the other thing is, was it in relation to a human? What if it was like a 4-year-old tree? Probably wasn't, but I'm just saying there's no context there.
After this situation, I went to Kris Tyson's YouTube and Twitter just to see what people are saying. And, you know, on the Twitter, all the tweets are deleted. So it seems like somebody's trying to erase their tracks, you know.
Smart. That's what she should do. If for the only reason that it's, you know, they're bad. Jeez. Do not post shit online. If you're a public figure, you're just a fucking idiot if you are.
You know? But then I went on their YouTube, and my God, it is flooded. Here's Kris Tyson's latest video, and 50K views, 300 likes, which obviously does not match up. You didn't appear in the video because there was no children there. Diddy party enthusiast. Dr. Chris Respect. Bro thinks we don't know. Challenge, stay away from kids. Difficulty impossible. I don't know what is going on.
I'm surprised they didn't just block comments. I mean, I'm not saying that it's you know, anything Chris or Ava or whatever has done is good or anything, but why don't you just block comments at this point? Because obviously it's gonna be that's gotta be some sort of damage control, right? Of course not.
2024.
It's just worse
Every
and worse
week
and worse.
we got another PDF.
Right?
Worst era to be underage. Actually, you still keep that art piece on your wall, buddy. I hope not. I hope not. But anyways, that's basically it. In my opinion, Chris is shady AF. Okay, let me know what you guys thought about this.
Yeah, I'd say Chris is pretty shady. That's obvious from just the basics here. Now, could some of this stuff be faked on the Twitter stuff? Maybe, but can you fake all of it? I mean, the fact that Chris went and deleted everything, or Ava went and deleted everything, I'd say a lot of it's true. Because otherwise they would have just left everything up and been like, well, it's obviously all fake. I don't have any of that stuff on here. Obviously a lot of it was true. So yeah, this is looking pretty bad. And we are one video in of 6. Dear God. But yeah, Shadman's a total degenerate. Oh God. Yeah, this is MorePegasus. Great channel. Go their stuff is great.
This will be reading the comment section, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
We're definitely going to check out all these videos, but holy fuck, that started off so bad. All right. Have a good day, everyone. Dear God.